New numbers from the federal government show we got some much needed relief from inflation in June.
It dropped to 3%, which is the lowest number in 2 years, but still higher than the Federal Reserve's target of 2%. Financial advisor Sean Toll joining us live now. And Sean, good to have you with us. What does this news today mean for consumers?
Well, it looks like the Fed is going to, we think they're going to do one more increase. It's great that prices or the rate of inflation has come down. Let's not confuse that with decreasing prices. Prices are still increasing. They went up 3% last year on the overall CPI. That's basically the cost of all the goods and services we buy. What the Fed is looking at, however, is their core CPI. That went up 4.8%. That excludes food and energy prices. So we anticipate more rate hikes because they haven't brought that down to 2. So it's good for consumers. Things are costing less. Things aren't right. The prices aren't rising as fast as they were.
So prices aren't rising as fast as they were. They are still raising. We're still expecting potentially more rate hikes. So what is your advice, Sean, to people who see those numbers and think, is now the time to jump on a big purchase? Should they still be cautious about taking on those expenses right now?
Well, I think I'd still be cautious. We do know that the rate increases will have to end at some point in time. If you can postpone those purchases, it might be a good idea to do. We've already seen the 30-year mortgage rates come in a little bit. They're still very elevated. We're probably going to see those drop down quite a bit over the next few years. So if you can wait and continue to rent, maybe buy that house later, you might get a better rate. The good news is the price of vehicles has come down. So even if the rate is high, you might be getting it at a lower rate, or lower price. Sorry.
And Sean, there were mixed messages from the job numbers this month. Unemployment down, layoffs increasing. What are we to make of those signals?
Well, I think what we're going to see is, the job market's still just incredibly strong. We do think a recession is coming down the pike. That's what all the experts are saying in the country. And so if that recession does come, we will see a softening job market, but it is strong right now, and wages are still good. So let's keep that in our back pocket and enjoy it while it lasts.
Any advice for people right now, especially with a potential looming recession, on how long it could be until that happens and what they should be doing if they want to get into the job market right now?
Well, I wish I had the crystal ball on the looming recession. We do think it's coming, and when I say we, I think in general, it's expected to come maybe at the end of this year. So if you can get a job now, that's great. The job market is still strong. Hopefully you can stay in that. If a recession comes, one of the big things with a recession is going to be higher unemployment. So it's a really good idea now, if you can, to sock some money aside, keep putting money into your savings so you can have a rainy day fund if you find yourself unemployed. And we try to look at 6 months at least of savings to cover your spending.
Financial advisor Sean Toll, thank you for joining us.
My pleasure. Thank you.